welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've uploaded a video. The weather got really bad. I wasn't able to be outside at all. But as you can see, it is now beautiful out, and so I thought I would film this video for you guys. What I am doing today is kind of fun. So what I have here is a bunch of willows. I'm pretty sure they're going to be the pussy willows, but I'm not 100% certain. These guys were growing up in our yard, so my dad had just chopped them down today, and he's letting me use them because I have an idea for these guys. So willows are really good at stream restoration, especially stabilization, and they're used a lot in Pennsylvania, where I'm at, for just that. And we're in a very wet area where streams are very common, and we have quite a few rivers, and these guys are used a lot in those streams to stabilize the banks from erosion. And what I'm planning on doing with the farm is making it into a native greenhouse nursery. And a really good thing to sell is willows for stream bank stabilization. So willows are really unique in that they will basically grow anywhere you put them, as long as it's wet. But they are also very cool because they can grow roots basically within, I think, 2 weeks, just by sticking this in the ground. So if you just stick this in the ground and you put it up to probably around here or so in the ground, it will root out within the next, I don't know, like, I think it's 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes even 2, but these guys are bigger, so it'll probably take a bit longer. I do have some smaller ones here, but as long as there's these little nodes in the ground, that will root out and these guys will become established in the area. So I have a little area back here, and let me actually walk over there. Okay, so this is the area. I was over there and I just walked over here. This area is a little clearing that has a little tiny creek running through it. This creek runs basically all summer, and if it does dry up, the rest of the ground is usually pretty wet. So I think it'll work really well for the willows. It's not as sunny as I was hoping it would be, just because willows usually like full sun, but I think it'll be okay because a lot of these trees are actually dead, and I don't think the willows will be that I don't know, stressed out, I guess, not having this much sun. I think they'll grow just fine. So that's our field over there. So we're inside the fence, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and plant some all through here. There's no trees for them, smaller trees really, and this stays pretty low all summer. The only thing that grows up is ferns, actually. Here's a seed pod for ferns, or a thing, a spore pod. And so it doesn't really get too high. You can see there's some grasses, but that's about it. It's too wet basically for any other trees to grow. You can see they all just grow on the outside. So I think this will be a good spot for willows to grow up, and you can actually see here's one already. It's a good start. It's definitely a willow. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna work on planting them along here, over here. Don't know if I'll plant any, maybe right in here, but yep. Alright, so these guys are actually pretty big. Didn't realize they grew up so much over there. But you can kind of see these are what I have to work with. Again, this was all just from the yard, so this isn't even where they all grow. Got lots of willows around here, which might make me a profit, we'll see. Alright, so this is probably the biggest one here. Willows are also very hardy, so you can just kind of throw them around. Okay, so this is the biggest one. And again, what's really cool about these guys is you can actually just cut these off right here. as long as there's a node of some kind, leaves will, or roots will grow out of it. So you could cut this little guy right here, he'd turn into a tree. Any of these would turn into a tree, which is just, it's so cool. And I think it shouldn't be too hard to actually get these guys in the ground. And I just have to make sure there's a node. There's some there. Okay, good. I think I'll put this guy right here. I feel like the astronauts planting the flag. Ooh. See if I can do this. Here we go. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Yep, just right in there. So, that already went in pretty good. I think I'll do a little bit more. Really make sure there's nodes in it. Ta-da, a tree. Okay, so here he is. I think I got it probably a foot in or so. Be pretty happy. I mean, look at that sun there. Beautiful, gorgeous. Hopefully this will be the start of my willow tree farm. That would be fun, wouldn't it? So I'm gonna plant another one probably right here, and then work my way that way. But that was definitely my biggest one. He went in pretty good, so the rest should be super duper easy. And I made sure when I planted him that there was nodes in the ground. Obviously, you want that so that the roots can grow. So that's all there is to it. I did just want to show you these guys. So in Pennsylvania, and really most of the United States, we have these nasty things, which are multiflora rose. Now we do have a native species, so the multiflora rose are very invasive, and as you can see, they grow up, create these huge brambles that suffocate the native guys out of the area. But you have to be careful because we also have native roses. Specifically in our area, we have the swamp rose, which looks very, very similar, but really the only way you can tell the difference is the stipule, which these guys don't have because it's winter. But the leaf stipule looks different on the native plants versus the invasive. But when it's like this, you can't really tell the difference. I believe this is probably an invasive species. We do have quite a few natives over there, but I believe these are the invasive guys. And if there were leaves, I would show you, but unfortunately, oh, look at that. There's a few. This guy here is also an invasive species. This is the, what are they called? I forgot. A honeysuckle. And they're invasive, and they get pretty much a pretty good advantage over the natives guys because they leaf out before everyone else does. They're also native to Asia. I believe the multiflora rose as well. But these guys are native to Asia, and in Asia they have very similar, I guess, climates to us. So a lot of their species thrive here, including this guy. So we do have some native honeysuckle, but again, it's pretty hard to tell the difference. You can tell the difference between, I think, the flowers and the leaves. I believe, and I'm not 100% certain on this, but I believe a native species that we have here is the fly honeysuckle or something like that. And you can tell that it's native because it has hairs on the leaves. I believe that's the case. I'm pretty sure they're not invasive, but I would have to double check. But yeah, these guys, they get nasty and they get all grown together and basically make an impenetrable wall. But anyways, back to the willows. Here's a good spot. Go like this. Nose in like this. The did that one a little crooked. Good thing Dad's not with me. Stressing about the straightness of them. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what the nodes look like on these guys. So it can kind of be hard to see on camera, but see these little things right there? That's a node. That's a node. All of these little things are nodes. There. And so that's what you want to look for when you're planting them, just making sure that some of those are in the ground. There's one there. They're quite a bit more on the smaller guys. Focus here. Come on, focus. Perks of having a really old phone. Anyways, there's quite a few more on the smaller guys. My phone's not going to focus very well, but it's those darker spots. And that's just because they're smaller, but that's what they look like. I think I'll plant the smaller one right here. Again, push them right in. That's all you gotta do. Super easy. I wish all trees were this easy to plant. The nice thing about willows too is they can grow pretty close to each other. They don't really care. They're basically the weeds of the tree, in my opinion. Did I plant that one? I must have. Getting a little confusing here. This guy right here. Getting too close. There you go. Already got some buds on them too. Crazy. Alright, 2 more of these ones. This is a pretty good bunch right here. I'm happy with it, for sure. This one, right. Okay, I don't know what this plant is. Is this a willow? I don't think so. Okay, so here's my little forest I just made. How many did I plant? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8. 8 plants, or 8 trees planted in what, 10 minutes maybe, if that. This guy will be really good for getting all the sprouts off. Same with this one. I could take this one here, make a nice little good little tree. All of these can be taken. These, yeah, there's a lot here. There's a lot here we can use. So we'll just have to wait and see if they bud out this summer or this spring, I guess. If it gets a little bit warmer. See if they survive this transition. I think they should. They're all pretty healthy to begin with, so exciting. Excited to see how this will work. Nice. That's unfortunate. Right on the fence. Hey guys, it's been a few days since I planted the willows, and I am out right now with my little goats. I just fed one of them because this morning he didn't eat his bottle. So I came back out and fed him his bottle, and he actually ate, so that's good. And I'm going out now to check on the willows and the rest of the woods lane because it was a massive storm yesterday, windstorm, and it knocked a bunch of trees about all over the roads and everything. So I have a feeling quite a few went down on Woods Lane. I'm hoping none went down where I planted the willows, but knowing my luck, it probably did. So gonna go out and check on those, take the dogs with me. Yeah, it's cold today. It's only around 39, unfortunately. It has been 60s, but it's part of why it was so windy. It dropped down 30 degrees in less than 24 hours. So, not much happening right now. All the animals are just huddled in and everything. Here are the chickens. Chickens and goats. They all just came in. But anyways, yeah. So, if you would like to come with me, you would. They're so sweet. I haven't named them yet. I just got them last week and I can't come up with names. They're two brothers. They're just the sweetest things ever. So sweet. Yes, you are. I know. He's acting like he's still hungry because, well, he's a goat, so they always are. But I've also just dropped down their feeding to twice a day instead of 3 times, which I had been doing, because they're about 4 to 6 weeks old, or 4 to 5 weeks old. I think they're about 5 weeks. So they don't need as many feedings. And they're angry about it, but that's okay. So, yep, just gonna go out. There's my other 2 goats. That one's Fiona, and that one's Tula, and then that's the cow. This is the pond. Don't know if I showed you it already. Usually there's a muskrat living right over there, but it's super high right now because of all the rain and nasty weather we've been having. See the algae coming up. It's another willow there. It's also budding out. And then these tall plants here are actually aster. And there's some goldenrods there too, but mostly aster. It's crazy though, these things are already budding out. It's wild. It's very early. Not sure why they're choosing to do it now. Supposed to have another cold snap Tuesday, so I might not like that. Just looking at it now, it looks like we might have gotten away with no trees falling on the, or no new trees I should say, falling on the fence or in the lane. It does look like there might be a new one over here. That big one there, that was from last year. But it's hung up weird, so we can't get it. Looks like that one looks like just a branch, so far it looks pretty decent. Okay, one other thing that's making me excited but also a little nervous because we're supposed to have another cold snap are these little buds from trees. They're not as many, but there's still quite a few on the ground here. And this usually means that trees are about to bud out their leaves as well. Which isn't great because we're supposed to have, like I said, another cold snap. And if they bud out too soon, it freezes the leaflets, or the little leaves, and they end up dying and it pushes it back another month, typically. That's happened quite a few times. Alright, made it to where the willows are. It looks like we survived. Yay, look at it. Got some green on it. That's that invasive honeysuckle I was talking about. Crazy how much more advanced it is compared to all the other native species and blooming out. Still, it might regret it come Tuesday. Alright, so it looks like these guys are good. What's more, so it looks like they're still alive. Which is really what I was worried about. Let's see. Quite bendy, quite healthy looking still. Very good. Looks like none of them were blown away, which is fantastic. Just a little worried about it. So it's been a couple days. And I'll be working on getting those roots going out. I think I'll probably come out and chop some of these branches off and plant some more. Ooh, look at that. He's budding out. That's a good sign. It's a very good sign. Well, I mean, comparatively. It's a little early, I think, but nice. All right. Looks like they survived and are doing good. All right. Looks like we have a few more trees. I can't remember if these ones were down already. I think at least one of them was. But that one's new for sure. This guy has buds on him, which is crazy. Look at all those. Look at all those. That's bloom too. That's crazy. It's not even mid-March yet. Oh dear. Oh dear. I believe that's a maple. I'm not 100% sure because there is a oak right next to it, so I can never remember which one's which. But I believe it's the maples that do those red buds. This tree line is good too. No new trees have fallen at all. Looks quite good. Looks like we're good here too. No trees have fallen on the lane. Very good. Come on, boys.